Good afternoon and welcome to day two of Radio Row Super Bowl 58. I'm Kayla Bradham with my partner Roy Kessel, Sports Philanthropy Network, here with a really beautiful interview to talk about Patriots and Pause with Penny. Penny, thank you for joining us. And I know you're only here for the day and you're making us your last interview, sneaking us in. You're doing deep, deep work. Tell us about what you're doing.
In 2011, I started Patriots and Paws with the need of my nephew who came home from his second deployment, who said, "My unit needs help. What are we going to do?" And I said, "We're going to fix that." I had no idea what that meant. What he was talking about is when our service members come home from deployment, a lot of times they come home to nothing. It could be that they moved out of mom and dad's house, joined the military, got deployed, came back, and is starting their first time of having an apartment, or while they were gone, getting a divorce, or something has happened, a house fire, a flood, or something. So, what we do is we provide home furnishings to any veteran, any active duty, any reservist currently in Southern California from Fresno South. We have a warehouse. They come in, they give us a shopping list of what they need. Based on that, based on what we have in inventory that has been given to us by the very generous community of Orange County, California, they come in, they shop, they load it up, and they take it with them. They have prepaid for that because they have served our country. So that's the only demographics that we serve. We don't serve other people. We let other organizations fill those needs. We fill the needs of our active military and our veterans. And we are very excited because we are coming to Las Vegas and being here at NFL week and Super Bowl week. It's a pleasure to be here and to be able to interview with you guys and let you know and all of your followers know who we are and what we do. And I will tell you, it is so gratifying every time we get done with a family and they just look at us and they say, "You have no idea what this means to us." I do. What it means is they now will have money to go pay their utility bills. They will now have gas money. They will now have be able to buy animal food. They will can put food on their table. They can take care of medical expenses. They can do all those other things because they're not having to spend money on basic home goods and home furnishings because that's what the community gives to us and that's what we give out. I like to tell people that our donors are the electricity, our veterans and active military and those that we serve are the lamp. Anybody that knows electricity knows it doesn't work without a conduit. And we're the conduit. We take the donors' items, we put it, they give it to us, and we turn around and we give it to them. Seriously, zero cost.
And where does the pause come in?
So the pause part in 2020, a new law went into effect, SB 245 in California, that a veteran that has on their driver's license designated veteran, they can go to any county shelter in the state of California and adopt an animal and without paying the adoption fee. So they still pay for the microchipping and they still pay for the licensing, but the licensing the I'm sorry, the adoption fee, which is the most expensive, they don't pay for. And let me tell you, any state can put that legislation in action, and they should, because you're saving two lives. You're saving the life of a veteran, and you're saving the lives of a shelter animal. And after COVID, there's so many people that return their animals back to the shelter after COVID. They're killing so many animals because there's not enough homes for it. Well, guess what? Let's save some lives. Let's take care of our veterans. Let's take care of those shelter animals. And ultimately, our goal is we want to create a shelter so when a veteran has a need to shelter their animal, whether it be to go have physical surgery, their knee replaced, whether they need to go to 90-day rehab, whether they need to go put a weekend in jail, we would kennel their animals at no cost. We would start with veterans. We would go to the homeless, low income, um, seniors, and men and women of domestic violence. A lot of people don't know that 47% of domestic violence victims will not leave a situation if there's an animal involved because when they go to a shelter, the shelters won't let them bring their animals. So they would rather stay in that abuse than to leave because they're afraid of retaliation towards the animals if they leave them. It's a need. And you know what? If we're not the ones who do it, that's okay, just as long as somebody else is doing that and taking care of those that need to be taken care of.
So, Penny, when you said that, I felt shivers all the way across my back because I'm a product of traumatic experiences, many traumatic experiences, physical, sexual, emotional abuse. I understand the power of that one support animal being the thing, right? The thing that makes a difference. I think, especially if there's kids involved, right? We're talking about what that animal means, and you're not separating your kids from that animal because you understand they need it too. So, between the vets, the kids, the whole thing, you're doing beautiful work. You said this
Thank you.
started with your nephew.
Yes.
Okay, so for everybody listening, let's do some military shout outs. What branch?
He's the Nevada National Guard. He's been in 17 years.
So amazing. So I think we need to just take a moment to pause and
No pun
yay
intended.
Dorothy, thank you. But for anybody who's listening, this is a beautiful story. It's also a deep story and it's also a redemptive story. I would just ask, if you're listening, that you would just go ahead and comment uh, what branch you served in, or a loved one, or what cause this brings to your heart. Is it, I'm creating impact for the military, for animals, for domestic violence, for homelessness. We're talking about so many things, Penny, right? We're talking
Yeah.
about Patriots and Paws, and you're specifically helping patriots,
Mhm.
but also everything we're talking about is so much bigger. The heart that you have in honor of your son. Go ahead and just shout his
Nephew.
first nephew. Sorry, what's his first name?
Sam.
Sam. Sam, thank you for your service. Penny, thank you for your service. Different type of service, but holy smokes. Right.
So, Penny, I'd love to hear your thoughts and plans for the future. You've done an amazing job getting this up and off of the ground. You cover a huge area. You call it Southern California, but you're certainly in Fresno and going all the way south. That's a much bigger territory than um, what Southern California usually describes. So, I know you've got a lot of ideas for growth and expectation for creating even more and more impact. So tell us what you see happening over the next 2 to 3 years, and how you envision fueling that growth, because we know it's not easy to raise the funds and to get all of the items that need to be donated.
So we're looking at expanding to Las Vegas and Southern Nevada. And I've been coming out here for a year, meeting with people, meeting key people in the veteran world. And Las Vegas has been very welcoming in having us come out here. Our only holdback is having a location. I need 5 to 10,000 square foot in donated space. I need a warehouse, two roll up doors, two bathrooms, and air when it gets hot. That's what I need. It doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be in a good section of town. I know there's people out there that have space that they are not using. If it means sharing a warehouse with somebody, I'm okay with that. If it's a back half of a warehouse, I just need to have that space so that we can start serving. I get calls because I've been coming out here for a year. People are saying, "Hey, when are you coming out here? I have a veteran right now who needs stuff," and working with those organizations in the Southern Nevada area that are doing the housing. They're doing a great job on housing the veterans out here, but now we need to fill those houses.
Yes.
And so that's our biggest thing. And we will start going to the hotels, asking them for 10% of their good stuff that they're getting rid of when they're renovating before they sell it. And then in 2 to 3 years, we'll be able to start taking stuff in because we'll have the logistics with the right people, because it needs to be the right people to run it, to have the right people there to be running it so that we're able to give it away. And knowing about the heat in Las Vegas during the summer, we're not a conventional charity that it's Monday through Friday 8 to 5. We give away in California, we give away things on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Saturdays are our biggest day that we're busy because that's when people need us to be open. We're not there when we need to be open. We're open when people need us to be open. And here we will start on being open like late afternoon, early evenings when it's in the summertime, so that people aren't doing all of this stuff in the heat. So we're looking at the elements of where we're at and what our hours will be based on the weather that's here, because it is so can be restrictive in the weather, and people certainly don't want to be moving in 115 degrees, and those kinds of things. So in 2 or 3 years, we're going to be up and running. We're going to be back here next year talking to you guys. We're going to be back here telling everybody about who we are and what we've done and how we've grown since this interview. And we're very excited about it.
Well, we're very impressed by what you've done. We have chapters now in 22 markets around the country and growing. We anticipate being 30 to 40 markets by the end of this year in the United
Nice.
States before attacking in international markets. We would love to hear your thoughts for how Sports Philanthropy Network and our chapters can be a support and an opportunity for growth with the work that you're doing.
Well, I think I always tell people, I go, you do the introduction, I do the sales job. And we deal with a lot of families, and a lot of those families have kids that play games, that are sportsmen, that are athletes, that are doing that kind of things. But one of the things that we strive on is our volunteerism. We have a lot of volunteers. We have 5 part-time employees and 1 full-time employee, but we do about 1,400 hours a month in volunteering. We can't get away with that. And I think that all need to get back to teaching kids on how to give back. Well, how do you give back? You can, in school in California, they are required to do 20 hours of community service work. So we have a lot of high school students coming to us to be giving back. Now, most of them, I will tell you, parents are in the military and they're bringing to us because of what we do. But we also do have a lot of our volunteers that come through the court system. And we tell people when they come in, we're going to make lemonade out of your lemons. You're here because the judge gave you the opportunity to go to charity and do some work. So guess what? We're going to make lemonade out of you being here. So I think volunteerism is very important to us. And I think becoming part of a team, instead of being an I, we become a team. And I think with other groups and other philanthropy that's going on, we can team up with other people to help them expand what their mission is. By the footprint that we're leaving here, we'll be able to work with some of your other groups to help them to expand what they're doing.
I love it. Penny, go ahead and show everybody the drink cup that you bought in. So incredibly cool. I
Patriots and
love it.
Paws.
I love it. And let everybody know how they can get a hold of you, whether it's making a financial donation. Maybe people live here in the area and they want to come in and volunteer, or they have questions and want to support you, or maybe it's a veteran who just happens to be watching this saying, I guess I do need some help. How can they find you?
The easiest way is through our website, Patriots, the New England Patriots. Remember last year Super Bowl winners, I think, and A&T. So all you veterans, Alpha November Delta, not the ampersand. Paws, like a dog's foot. Patriotsandpaws.org. We are also on social media under Patriots and Paws. And become a monthly donor of $1, $5, $10, whatever. When we're up and running here in Las Vegas, come by, take a visit. If you're in Southern California, we do events. We have in April 27th, we have a barbecue smoke off competition at our warehouse. So you can come in and take a tour. We do a golf tournament, we do a car show, and then in October, the end of October, we do a chili cook off competition. So, if you're one of those people who say, oh, I'm the world's best meat smoker, prove it and come to our competition. And if you like to eat, come and be a judge and eat some of that smoked meat that they have. So there's lots of opportunities to get involved with us. Just reach out and we certainly will get back to you.
I love it, Penny. I just want to say on behalf of Sports Philanthropy Network, we look forward to finding ways to partner with you and support you as you create social impact. We express gratitude for the work that you're doing, and we express respect for all of the men and women who serve our country. My name is Kayla Bradham here with Roy Kessel, Sports Philanthropy Network, reminding you to live generously. Thanks, Penny.